What's up guys, I'm Heather and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I show you guys how I contour and highlight for my face shape. I give you guys a little tips and tricks out throughout the video. So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Please subscribe and let's get into it. Alright, I've done prime my face. I used what I always use, which is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've moisturized with an e.l.f. product, and now I'm going to go into Maybelline Dream Satin, which is one of my favorites at the moment. And I'm just going to take a flat top kabuki. This is from Wet n Wild. Shake it up. Apply some with a brush. And move my mirror. And dab it out. And I like to do patting motions to disperse the product at first. I typically use a sponge, but I didn't feel like wetting it. It's awful, isn't it? Alright, I have the foundation dispersed evenly across my face. The light's a little bright, so it's a little shiny. I haven't applied my foundation with a brush in so long, it feels weird. Alright. Now I'm going to go into my concealer. I typically use Tarte and L'Oreal, but I think for today I'm just going to use the L'Oreal. Apply that in our eye. And when contouring, you want to apply like your concealer in your places that you want to bring forward. So in this case, I just want to bring it underneath my eyes, down my nose, and my forehead, and the top of my lip. Now I'm not going to put it on my chin because my chin does come out further than it probably normally should. So I'm not going to be applying foundation, or my bad, concealer in this area. But I will be applying something else there, and I will show you that once we get to that step. So I'm just going to take a brush and dab this out. This is a great concealer on its own. Alright. Go back in and just kind of make sure that looks seamless right there. We don't want any harsh lines. Okay. Now before I go in and set it, I'm going to do my contouring. So typically when you're doing a contour, you want to use a shade that's a little, you don't want to use a dark shade. I don't have a darker one I would show you, but this is typically like the color that you would want to use, like an ashy, or not an ashy, but cool tone. You want to use a cool tone color to contour. Now if you're bronzing, then you can use the darker colors. But for contouring, you want this to mimic a shadow. So as you can see, I've done places in my cheeks. Now for my chin, what I like to do is you can kind of already see the shadow along my jawline here. I'll bring that upward. So I'll just follow down, and now I'm going to mimic the new shadow. So I like underneath here. My forehead's not as, I don't have a 5 head, I actually have a 4 head, so I just put little dots here, just, and since this comes down further, I want to extend this back, so I'll show you how we can do that too. So I'm just going to go back in with my little brush here, blend this out. Anything that you contour, you're pushing back, right? And anything that you highlight, you're bringing forward. So just remember that little tip. And we're going to lightly blend this, the product that we've laid down, because we don't want to move it. That's defeating the purpose. You want to just lightly blend it out just like this. I don't want to, you know, go in crazy with it and move the product, because that's just gonna defeat what we're trying to do. So that's another good tip, is to make sure when you're blending that you try not to move it around too much. In this case, I'm just gonna do tiny circular motions here. And it's okay if it comes, you know, if it comes down somewhat, but you don't wanna, you really want to keep it where you applied it. And I forgot to mention, this is the Anastasia contour stick. It's the mini. I got this in a set, I think. I think the shade is Almond, I believe. Let's see. And I'll show you how you can make sure that you've blended all this out so you don't have any harsh lines. Okay, now after you get it all blended, one good way to make sure that you don't have any crazy lines there is kind of, I know it looks weird, but just kind of move your neck, you know, your jaw, and you'll be able to see if you have any crazy lines going on. And again, I'll go back in with my foundation brush and just kind of, now if I was doing this with a sponge, I would do the same thing. I would just go over it and make sure we're nice and blended. Okay, now comes the time for powder. Now we're going to set everything. Our highlight, that good jazz. So I'm gonna go in with Maybelline Fit Me powder. This little dry sponge here. Set it. Now you could leave it like this. You don't have to add, you know, just, you know, any bronzers or anything else on top of it if you wouldn't want to. It'd be more, a little more natural. But I am gonna add some, so. My smile line likes to go crazy on me. Now I have cream down, so automatically I wouldn't want to go right in with my contour and just slap it on, because it's going to stick and it's not going to blend properly. So for all over the face, I'm going to go with this little Milani powder here, big fluffy, and just tap it on the rest of my face that I did not set. Now we're going to go in with our bronzer. So you could use, you know, like here's a good example of some. This is darker, medium, light. So depending on your skin tone, you're going to want to go with that. If you like a more bronze look, then, you know, obviously do what works for you. I like to go in with both of the light and the medium. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy guy here. And this time I'm not going to be so precise with where I am going to be applying the bronzer on this contour area, but I'm going to kind of do it in a more broad spectrum. So I'll start out where the contour is, and then I kind of use it as like a blush as well. And I just do this whole cheek area. And I feel like this fluffy brush is great for that. Now if I wanted to be a little more detailed, I would use a smaller brush, obviously. So, just do the same thing. Now for my jawline, I will use a smaller brush because I do want to be a little more detailed. But for the forehead and the cheeks, just, you know, a little more all over with it. And you do want to bring this into your hairline. You don't want that to be, I mean, obviously people are going to tell that you're wearing makeup because you're doing like the full beat, as they say. So you want to bring that into the hairline. Make sure that's bronzed. Okay, now for the bottom half of my face, we're going with this little guy here. And I'm not going to mix the two together now. I'm just going to go in with this lighter shade. Dab it off, and I'm going to hit it right where I applied the cream. Blend it out, and I'm going to wipe away this powder. Now see how I'm picking this brush and just kind of like hitting upward. This still has powder on it, so I'm just kind of flicking it this way to make sure everything's nice and blended. No harsh lines. I'm doing that all over the face. Now, for blush, I mean, some people say you want to use a matte blush, some people say it doesn't matter. For me, I don't think it matters. I like, you know, blushes that have a little sparkle in them anyways, myself. So, coffee break. So I will be using one for my cheeks. Excuse me. And for that, I'm going to go with the little Amari guy here. And then I'm going to be taking, this is LA Girl Awesome. It's a matte blush. That'll be going on my chin. And I'll tell you why once we get there. So, use this guy, he's clean. So for the cheeks, we'll go into this guy here. Maybe a touch of this, we'll see. Again, another Wet n Wild brush. Tap it off. And I like to bring my blush at the somewhat in the center of the, you know, on the apple here, and bring it back. So I'll start here and then swoop it back, just like that. And it does go into my contour and my bronzer, and then once I've got it there, I'll kind of flick it downwards into that whole area. Start here and swoop it back. For my chin, I'm going to go into this guy. This is a matte blush. And tap it on there. And I'm going to hit it right here. This brings the attention. Let's see, how can I word this? It kind of, like I have blush on my forehead, blush on my cheeks, blush here. So it kind of looks more cohesive, instead of like, you know, adding concealer and there's a big, you know, bright spot on my chin, and it kind of helps disguise it in with, it kind of helps it blend with the rest of the face, if that makes sense. So at the end of this, I am going to put up 2 side-by-side photos of without, you know, the contour and everything, and with it. And I think you'll be able to tell then what the difference is, you know, or you'll be able to see the difference a little better. But it just helps to, you know, kind of distract the eye, so to speak. So I'm gonna put it on my nose, and I always put blush on my nose, which I haven't contoured my nose yet, but I will. I put it on my forehead, my cheeks, my chin. Blush can be used for many different things, you know, it doesn't just have to be your cheeks. So let me do my nose real quick on my brush. And for my nose, this is kind of a beat up little palette, but it's the Wet n Wild contour palette. Mine looks so jacked, it's awful, but it's got a good cool tone shade in it, and that's what I like to use to contour my nose with. I don't go ham on my nose, I don't go too crazy. I just like to line it a little bit, just so it's not left out, because everything else is contoured. So there you go. Now I'm gonna go back into my powder, and I'm gonna carve this out because we want to be able to see, you know, our contour and our new shadow here that we've created, right? So back in with our powder. I have to beg for mine because it's about out. Back in with our little sponge here. And I'm gonna go right up against that line. And I'm gonna pull it down some, not a whole lot. And this sponge is awesome because it's got that curve to it. I actually think I got this at Dollar General. I think so. It was like $3 or $4, and it's a pretty decent little sponge. So just FYI if you're wondering. All right, so while that powder's sitting, I'm gonna hit. I'm not gonna do too much to my eyes. I'll just do like what I normally do, like an everyday thing. And I did put concealer on my eyelids, so that's good. They're set. They're ready to go. So I'm gonna go in with this little guy. This is the Wet n Wild palette. This is the Nude Awakening. Shoot, if I can get it open. And we'll tap into this guy here. And we're just gonna apply that to the crease. It's a really good transition shade. I'm not being precise with it, I'm just plopping her in there. I just want some color. Underneath the eye. Then I like to go into this guy right here. It's a little more precise brush. We'll do this little pencil brush here. I need my mirror for this one. And I just like to apply it right here on the outer part of the eye. Just to darken it up a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna mix a little bit of the darker one too. So it's a little darker out here on the outer part. Okay. And then we'll take the two shades I was just using, which was the darker one and the lighter one. Put them on my little pencil brush here and hit the lower lash line. Pretty simple look. I mean, I pretty much do this every time I do my makeup. I might add like, yeah, so I would add an eyeliner to the base of my lashes. This also, you know, if you do that, it just, you know, makes your eyes makes your eyelashes look thicker. You can. So that's pretty much it for the eyes. I'm not going to do anything else to them. Just going to blend that right there in the center. That's it. I'm going to sweep away this powder. Now you can see we got a new shadow there. Okay, now I'm going to hit it with some setting spray. You can get it here. Oh, right here. Maybelline Fix Me. Maybelline Lasting Fix, I'm sorry. Now let that dry. Now for highlighter, like I said, I want to make this look just a little bit more extended, so it, you know, this looks a little more, everything looks a little more cohesive. It's not just bringing the attention down here, we want to bring it up here as well, right? So, the highlighter, I'm just going to take Wet n Wild Precious Petals, and instead of just like stopping it right here where some people do and bring it up into the brow like a C shape, I'm going to bring mine all the way back. All the way back and around up above the brow. So now it gives that more lifted effect. Down my nose. I don't put any on my chin because that's what the blush is there for, to help us, you know, make everything look more cohesive. So typically after doing my highlight, I'll go into my brows, and I will be using the Maybelline Tattoo Brow Pomade in brown, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I got the eyebrows done. Eyebrows are on. I don't know why this eyebrow, sometimes it looks good. The eyebrows are an everyday struggle, let's just say that. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight the brow bone on my brush somewhere in here. Here it is, here it is, here it is. Okay. And I like to keep my inner corner and brow bone highlight the same as the highlight that I applied to my face, so everything looks cohesive. So we're just going to apply that there. I'm not going to be doing false lashes because it's not really about the look, it's about the face, so. Okay. And for mascara, I think I'm going to switch it up and use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I really like this mascara. It's pretty good. I like it. I am going to give my lashes a curl because they need all the help they can get. I'm just going to curl them. Guys, please excuse my nails. They look ratchet. I need to fix them. I keep saying I'm going to fix them, and then I get distracted. So, you know how it goes. Okay. Alright, I'm going to apply mascara. Alright, mascara's done. It's pretty good mascara. I like it. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise is almost identical as this, so, and it's a lot cheaper, so FYI. Alright, we're going to do a lip. I think we'll just do something subtle, just for the video. I'll probably take it off after I'm done, because I don't wear lipstick around the house. This is Tarte, let's see, it's called Light. Much better. Yeah. Alright guys, this is the finished look, and like I said, I will leave 2 side-by-side photos in this video so you guys can see the difference. Hopefully you can see the difference. So yeah, be sure and check the description box for my new uploading schedule. I am going to try to stay on a schedule with uploading. I think I wrote down Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I think is what I said, or what I wrote down anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be consistent with uploading and keeping a schedule going with my videos. So I hope you guys really like this one. If you have any other video ideas or video requests that you would like to see from me, please leave them below. You can also check me out on Instagram for more you know, photos or inspiration if you need some. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.